will be discussing the personnel status change process at the City of Temecula. Some of the things I will be mentioning are a flowchart of the PSC process. I will discuss the purpose of this process, who are the major stakeholders, what is the current performance outcome, how this process utilizes technology, and what the city is implementing to improve the process. The process starts from a department admin who will access the form through SharePoint. Once they click submit, the form is received by HR, who will then verify that all fields have been filled out correctly. If it is not, then they will send it back to the department admin due to errors on the form. However, if everything is filled out correctly, then HR will send the form to IT. If there are requests for login, email, software, phone extensions, or proximity access needs, which creates a ticket into the IT help desk system. Also, if the form is requesting physical keys for any buildings, then HR will send the process to facilities. Once IT receives the form, they will review and process each need. If the request is for a login account, email, or proximity access card, then the process is completed through the IT staff. However, if there are software needs, then the ticket processor will send an email to the software admin to request a software access account for the new employee. Once all IT requests are completed, the ticket processor will send a ticket complete response to the process creator and close the ticket. The PSC process is used anytime there is a change in employment for any employee. This is true for the following: if they are hiring a new employee, terminating a current employee, transferring an employee to another position, temporarily upgrading an employee to cover another employee on leave, increasing an employee's wages, changing an employee's work schedule, changing the expenditure account an employee is paid of, or changing an employee's information. This is how the form is presented to the admins filling out the form. It asks for the action this process will be requesting, as well as identification information such as individual's full name, position type, department, etc. Next, it will ask for the position information if this is a new employee or existing with changes to their current position. Following this, there is a budget allocation section so that the department can include what budget account this employee will be paid from. Next, the form will request information regarding any IT and facilities needs. IT needs requests can be login account, email, department network drive access, software, visual phone extension, and facility access needed with a proximity card. The facilities request would be if the department is requesting a hard key for the employee. Once the process initiator has filled out all needed fields, they click submit to HR at the bottom of the screen. Once HR has received the form, the review of the form will be just as the process initiator, except they will have an additional functionality at the bottom of the screen to allow them to send back the process if there are errors, send to IT if there are IT needs, or send to facilities if hard keys are requested. The major stakeholders of the PSC process are the HR department and the IT department. If this form was not the procedure for personnel changes and additions, then it would be difficult for these departments to complete the process successfully. For example, if IT simply received an email from a department admin saying that they hired Joe, well, IT still doesn't have Joe's last name or information, or what type of IT access Joe will need. Therefore, IT will have to inquire about what this individual IT needs are, which would make the process less efficient. IT is used in this process through electronic routing and submittal. This form is accessed, processed, and routed electronically. The current performance outcome of this process is satisfactory to IT and HR, since it would be more difficult for them to complete these requests without having all the information required provided to them electronically. However, the organization overall is not satisfied with the form since it has limited functionality, and it is not possible to make changes to it. This processing form was programmed in-house by the IT department several years ago. However, it is now becoming difficult to utilize since there are requested modifications that are needed but cannot be accomplished due to the form's limitations. Avanti Workflow is an application that provides functional, dynamic, and changeable workflows. This is how the city will be improving this business process. The city has bought this application and is currently in the development process of building all the workflow processes that this application can eliminate. This is an example of a new hire workflow using Avanti. The form designer can choose and make changes to the process as they please. One of the benefits to Avanti Workflow is that it builds automation in the process. For instance, with the current PSC form, when an employee needs software access, once IT receives the process, they will send an email to the software admin requesting access for the user. However, Avanti can be programmed to automatically send the emails to any of the software admins if the software checked on the form. The email will list the employee's name and request for application access. Thank you for watching.